Hello everyone. Welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you enjoy long-form, well-sourced deep dives into your favorite Turkish stars, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and, if you want to support our work a little extra, tap the join button. Thank you. Now let's get into today's story about Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel, a story where a single sentence set an entire fandom buzzing. Over the last year, Onscreen has become more than a television title, it's a ritual. Viewers tune in for the plot, stay for the rhythm, and rewatch for the glances you only notice the second time around. At the center of that ritual are two performers whose timing and restraint have turned scenes into conversations and pauses into confessions, Barış Baktas and Yağmur Yüksel. On screen, they argue, protect, misunderstand, and mend, without ever stepping outside the reality of their characters. Off-screen, they keep the same discipline, arrive on time, know the marks, respect the story. And then, one afternoon, the discipline gave way, not to a scandal, but to a sentence. In a quick backstage Q&A recorded between scenes, a reporter asked Barış what he admired most about his co-star. He smiled, ducked the obvious answer about chemistry, and said it plainly, "I like Yağmur very much." No emojis. No cheeky wink. Just a line delivered with the same steady tone he uses when he's sure of a choice. It lasted 3 seconds, long enough to change a week's worth of headlines. Within hours, the clip traveled through fan accounts and entertainment pages. Comment sections split into familiar camps. Some read it as a gentleman's praise wrapped in simple words. Others took it as the softest possible way to confirm what their compilations, GIFs, and body language breakdowns had been arguing all season, that something warm had crossed from fiction to life. In the middle stood a quieter group, the ones who loved both the series and the people making it, who wrote variations of the same sentence. It's enough to appreciate the respect in his voice. To understand why the sentence landed so hard, you have to picture the set. Long hours. Cold mornings. A crew that runs on choreography. Between takes, Yağmur often sits in a corner with a highlighter, tracing the emotional beat that carries a scene through 3 pages of dialogue. Barış, more kinetic, paces and tries lines under his breath until the words feel worn in, not memorized. Their routines meet where it counts, in the moment the camera rolls and each trusts the other to deliver the beat exactly on time. You can fake many things on a set, trust is not one of them. The audience senses it even if they can't name it. The sentence also landed hard because it said something obvious that often goes unsaid in interviews. Most actors reach for phrases like great colleague and professional. They are accurate, but they're placeholders. "I like Yağmur very much" isn't just courteous, it's precise. It admits an affection that isn't decorative. It explains why one partner will slow a line half a second to give the other room to breathe, why a hand finds the exact space between support and intrusion in a mid-argument scene, why eye contact holds through a cut. Praise is easy, specific fondness has a sound. After the clip burst, the familiar choreography of publicity began. Tabloids asked for joint interviews. Lifestyle brands floated the idea of a campaign that would bottle, package, and monetize that thing everyone kept trying to name. Producers, well versed in the difference between a TV show and a reality show, kept a firmer line: protect the set, protect the story, protect the people. Barış and Yağmur nodded and went back to work. The closest they came to addressing the whirlwind was a standard message from the production office reminding press and fans that the cast's private lives would remain private and that questions about the show should focus on the show. Even so, life has a way of creating scenes that feel written. A week after the clip, the pair attended a small charity evening organized by a crew member who'd quietly taken on a family burden. They arrived at different times, took their photos separately, and spent most of the night speaking with donors and staff. No staged reunion. No contrived pose. But when an elderly volunteer began telling a story about a grandson who'd fallen in love with acting after watching the series, both actors drifted to the edge of the conversation and listened. When she finished, Barış asked the boy's name. Yağmur wrote a short dedication on a program and tucked it into an envelope with a grin that turned nervousness into pride. A camera phone caught that moment, and for a change, the internet agreed, this is the kind of clip worth circulating. What about the set after the sentence? Not much changed, on purpose. Directors didn't script new romance beats, they leaned into what was already working. One scene added an extra 2-second silence, not because headlines demanded it, but because rehearsal revealed that the silence said more than the line it replaced. A late-night argument scene ended on a look instead of a door slam. The edit trusted an audience that has learned to hear what isn't spoken. If the sentence had any effect, it was to remind everyone of the power of simplicity. Around them, the industry did what it always does, speculated and scheduled. A film producer made quiet inquiries about pairing them as not quite lovers in a two-hander set across a single night. An international festival asked whether either would be available to sit on a panel about the craft of acting. A streaming platform's algorithm noticed the spike and pushed older interviews to new markets. Through it all, the two actors kept their rhythm. Show up prepared, leave together only in the fiction, and keep the boundary between a story's intimacy and a person's interior life. One thing fans often overlook, boundaries also protect the work. When a set becomes a rumor incubator, scenes suffer. Choices get second-guessed. Partners pull punches out of fear that a bold choice will be misread as personal. The quiet decision to let a sentence be a sentence, no fanciful denials, no coy confirmations, allowed the show to keep its pulse. It also gave space for a healthier conversation in the fandom. What if we let admiration be admiration? What if the gift we give artists we love is the freedom not to perform their daily lives for us? None of this cancels out romance as a possibility. It's simply a reminder that there are other, richer stories to tell about two people whose professional bond delights millions. It's a reminder that friendship can be an engine for art. It's a reminder that liking someone very much can mean 10 different things on 10 different days, each of them beautiful in a way a headline cannot hold. Still, the sentence keeps echoing because it matched what audiences experience when they watch. When Barış plays protectiveness, it reads as earned, not ornamental. When Yağmur plays doubt, it reads as honest, not decorative. In those moments, you feel the presence of actors who like each other, who take joy in each other's precision, who forgive an offbeat and then nail it on the second take, who understand that to make a scene breathe you sometimes have to step back and let your partner take the air. I like Yağmur very much is also another way of saying, I trust the person I meet at the edge of the frame. Sooner or later, new chapters will arrive. The series may wrap, a film may happen, paths may diverge. When they do, this sentence will remain as a little bridge between what was made together and what will be made apart. It will be the line that explains why fans will follow both actors into whatever they choose next, because we all want to watch people who like the people they work with, who pour that affection into the spaces between words, who give us the grace to fill those spaces with our own memory and hope. If you've enjoyed this kind of measured look, one that celebrates talent without prying, please give the video a like, subscribe to Turkish Spotlight Secrets, and consider joining as a member so we can keep bringing you thoughtful, long-form stories without the noise. Now I want to hear from you. What did you hear in that sentence? Did it change how you watch their scenes, or did it simply confirm what you already felt? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and keep it kind. After all, that's what the sentence was about. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.